Chris Rankin, Street Outlaw. Broke the track record earlier. It was 3.7 in the 8th. He went 3.6. Rankin. Crazy is this guy used to street race with a lot of my friends. They went to no prep. .844 at 150. It's a pretty good pass. Other one 833. That's moving. Well, tonight, guys, did not go planned as the way we wanted at all. We'll talk about it tomorrow or the next day. Too depressing. Well, I went to the track and was trying to clear my mind. I lost Luna, my Rottweiler, and that's been really hard on me. So, lack of videos, lack of motivation. So I figured I'd try to go. This was about a month ago. I tried to go. And I shouldn't have went, to be honest with you. I just probably should have stayed the hell at home. But we went and we ended up going to Beaver Springs, which seems like that's like the worst place for us to go. We have bad luck there. But I like it there, so I went up that way. Went there and signed in, did all that stuff. Went up. Went to make a hit off the launch control. And this should have been the first sign of, it was time to go home. Go up. And I knew better. As you guys can see, she's a flopper. She's busted. So we changed that. Obviously, it takes me. A friend of mine was there, which was cool too. A little help. And but he was racing, so I couldn't get him to get me any video. And we changed that out in like 10 minutes. He helped me hold a few things for me, whatnot, 10 minutes for everybody back to go racing again. That should have been a sign to roll out, but I was like, I'll just try to put some air in it and leave without launch control and see what happens. I remember to hit the video recorder on the thing. Normally these things stay. Like we made a lot of videos with it staying. And it just kept flipping off. So here's that. That's like the only thing I have of that is that pass there. So pretty sure I have the video. Should have been in there. But yeah, so it just spun. I mean, it was all over the place, just spinning. And you can hear I missed third gear, right? That's what I thought. So I was like, what the hell, missed third, put it, went back in third, went left back out, just give it a little bit of gas, left back out. Here's time slips. This is the 11.5 time slip. We had 2 more time slips, but this is the one I had a picture of. We went 11.5. We had to turn it way down just to do that because it was spinning. But yeah, we shouldn't have ran this pass because we ran debris throughout the transmission. Left back out. Went to put the window back up as I'm coming back in the staging lanes. And another sign that I should have went home. But I was determined to get this thing out there and see what we could do. Well, as you can see, we got a board holding the window up because the cable busted. And we had to put the jack in there to hold it. Yeah, ghetto mess, right? That should have been my sign to go to hell home. We go back up. It spins real bad again. I got out of it before I even got to third, right? Come back. Friend, he's gone. And I see this thing is a lot fuller than it normally is, the coolant. All right? And ever since we've had this, you guys probably heard me even complain that this temperature runs the whole way up with this built motor. I mean, like instantly. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if it's in the coolant system or what. Any other time we ran one of these, just eBay, and it was perfect. So it could be the coolant system. I don't know yet. Really don't know. So I don't know what's going on there. But I did fill it up pretty far, and I couldn't remember. Nothing was leaking out, you know what I mean, out of this. So I was like, all right, we'll go back up. We'll make a pass. So we go back up, make a pass, and we end up running that pass when we turn it way down to try to do something off launch control. No launch control, just off my foot. Ran that 12 or 11.5. It was terrible. But what I really noticed was the mile an hour was off. So what's up with that? Like you're shifting too quick, and we're shifting at 8,000 and we're only running like 93 mile an hour. That don't make no sense. So that's really weird, right? And then we go 1, 2, and we miss third again. Put it back in third, go back in, we go back down. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Then I started hearing like a crunching type noise. So I'm coming back through the thing. I'm like, what is that noise? And I'm like, oh man, I don't think I missed third. Put it in fifth gear, right? Well, we definitely didn't miss third gear. We went from second to fifth somehow. Never did it in my life. Second to fifth. And I did it like twice. Second and fifth. And I guarantee the first time we lost fifth gear. So all that debris went through all this.
Listen to the video real close again. You can hear me go from second to fifth. Fifth gear actually goes for maybe a foot or two, just maybe a brief second, not even a brief second, a millisecond, and then it lets go.
We get back, and then you can see it's got coolant puked out of it. It done came out of it. This motor is constantly getting hot. I don't know what the fuck is going on with it, but yeah, it's constantly getting hot. So now I'm going to talk to you about some other shit. All right, this video has been like expanded of like over a month. It took me to make this. If you've watched the channel for a long time, you know Luna, my Rottweiler. She's on here every once in a while. I don't really put her on much, but people know about her, and she passed away a little over a month ago with leukemia. That's kind of the reason for a lack of videos and in between stuff, and really not getting a lot done on this car. Is I was trying to spend as much time as I could with my best friend before she left, and she's no longer with me, so I've been dealing with that. That fucked me up. So yeah, that's affected me a good bit. But we're up here at the garage today, and we're gonna try to explain everything that was in the videos in this video before that. If any of this makes any sense. We still have coolant from over a month ago that I never cleaned up. So we got this coolant problem going on with the built motor. It gets really hot right away. Even when the dyno was doing it, I'd have to tell my buddy that tunes it to, you know what I mean, to shut it off, or we wouldn't let it run very far, anything like that. I thought maybe it might be in the coolant system, and it still could be. I'm not sure. But even when we did some rolls going down the road, like it wasn't staying cool, you know, like we'd have to constantly move. And even when we were moving, we were like borderline good. We'd be like 192. You know, normally moving with this setup, you know, I had the crappier, this is a Mishimoto, like name brand, I guess. You'd call it good name brand. Some people hate them, say they're junk. But I've always ran the eBay ones, which is a lot junkier looking than this. And they've always worked. Possibly there's something wrong with this one. I'm not sure. So that's something we got to check out. Head gasket, possibly something else to check out. Maybe it's a head issue too. I doubt it, because we got the block O-ring. That would be pretty hard to think it would be that. So that's what's making me think it's the system, but I don't know. It's only making 455 horsepower. The timing's very, very, very low in it. Like it's not so low that like it's hurting the motor to where it's making it hot. But possibly maybe the lash is so bad in this thing, and the cams are so wrong in it, that it's causing it to do it. I don't know. It's really weird. So we got to figure that out. The transmission, obviously, fifth gear went out of it. We probably hit fucking fifth gear probably like 3 times. Looking back at it, maybe it was only 2 times. I think we made 3 passes, and I think I missed
third each time, which I've never done before, but I wasn't missing third. Somehow I was going from second to fifth. No idea. Like, I have had a layover in cars I haven't raced for, I don't know, 3 years or so, but I don't know, guys. I've never done that. And I've beaten this car, my other cars, stick shift cars forever, never done that. So that happened. So that material went through the transmission. It still went 1, 2, 3, 4 in my last pass where we went to 11.5 in. Terrible. We had to turn it down to do that. We didn't even really turn it down that much. So it's pretty disheartening of how bad this thing's running. Like, it's pretty bad. It could be just these cams in the lash. You know what I mean? Could be that simple. I just had a lot of things going on in my life, personal life, and I shared a little bit of it here with you. And maybe that's doing it. Maybe I should have never took it to the track. Not more. Maybe I should have never. Like, I had all the signs were there. Like, the axle busted right away. Should have went home. The window busted. Broke. Should have went home. But first of all, I should have never went, because when we were out doing rolls, it was still creeping up on temperature. So we should have just left it here with that. But this second to fifth thing looks like was going to happen either way. Like, what happens if I would have done that 5 years from now, 2 years from 3 years from now, right? We learned that we have a flaw in our design that we did. We kept fifth gear because we wanted to do like drag weeks and stuff like that, and we still would like to. And sick week, whatever. Like, I like drag and drive stuff. And fifth gear was kept for that. So we could do highway speeds to be less noisier because it's not straight cut. But even if we would have put a straight cut on fifth, there wasn't enough room to make a thicker gear. So it's really not going to hold much more power than OEM, which is not much. Like, you'll hold like 450 if like you're out the back, but not like second to fifth. That's just going to shred it every time it was spinning. It just kept spinning. Maybe old slicks too. Maybe out of the groove. Layover. Been a while since I've been racing, so that could have been it. But yeah, we're pretty well fucked with this transmission though. I mentioned in that video, I had to go back and look at what I'd done, record it, and in that video I was talking about the transmission and the gearing. And I go back and look at the videos, and it seems like we're going to second gear like around the 8th. I don't know, it's really weird. Like, first gear looks like it's only like 40, 50, so I think that's not, it's supposed to be more than that. Second gear looks like it has like a decent amount of mile an hour to it. And then you can hear in the video, like, we go to third, and it looks like maybe third is doing 112 or so in third gear. I don't know. We really didn't get clear enough data, but the time slip's telling me that the ratios are not right. But when I'm listening to the video, like, the car's spinning. Like, the only thing we got was that draggy video. You can hear the changes, first, second, and then you can hear it go to fifth, which I thought was third, and then I thought I missed third, but you can clearly hear it, like, catch for a second, like, for a millimeter, and then it just shredded fifth gear off. And then you can watch the mile an hour go up in third gear, and it seems like it goes well up into the hundreds. And then we click in the fourth gear, which seems like we're clicking into it well into the hundreds. So maybe the transmission is like third, fourth. It's really weird. I still think the dude lied to me about the final drive. I don't think it's correct. I really can't say much to him. I wanted to bitch about it, but anything I can do right now is tear it apart and try to see if the guy will even sell me parts. The guy's not reliable. He sucks. Car engineering just sucks. I mean, I'll be completely honest with you. They just suck. I wish I'd have never done business with them to begin with. But now we're stuck with this power gear set that may be shredded to shit. Who knows? Fifth gear is definitely gone. Obviously, fifth gear is in its own housing, like this, right? And then you got an oil gallery that comes through here. You got an oil gallery that comes through, yeah, it's one right here. The oil gallery comes straight through the middle. So this gear can come through the material down in, which I've had it happen before. I've had them to where they didn't break any OEM gears down in the case, and I had them where they did. And I've had them where they screwed up the shafts. So that shaft should be stronger than the material of an OEM gear. I'm more worried about what OEM material got in between the gears. Yes, there's stronger material, but metal and metal is going to cause some serious issues. So we got to tear that apart and see how bad that's damaged. The guy did have 2 extra ones because I actually was going to buy 2, and I told him forget. I didn't want the other one because he wouldn't give me a deal on it. And he took 3 years to build this one. So if he has no parts, we're looking at, if he will build parts, probably 3 years before we get the transmission back. And if he doesn't answer or do anything, MTM in Thailand, he'll do it, but I'll have to send him everything to Thailand. We'll have to spend a ton of money. He'll hopefully be able to take what I got and recopy it. But it's just a ton of money. I don't know at this point, if this gear set is damaged, what we should do, you know? Should we try to fix what we got? We obviously know fifth gear's got to go, right? Because what happens again is going to mess up. So you're going to have to put a cuff in there. So that's the lesson learned right there. A cuff has to be put into that. If we have parts we can get, we're going to have to send it to somebody. PAR or MTM, which I'll probably do at the MTM. If PAR at least have parts, I'll send everything to MTM, everything I got, and have him make a custom cuff in there. Maybe I'll mention it to PAR too. I don't know. I just don't know what to do. It's a terrible thing. Really, we should have probably just put an adapter plate on it from somebody. Put a K-series on it or some other kind of trans, Mitsubishi, something where there's more parts availability stateside. Even if they do come from Australia or whatever, someone has at least abundance of it. Where I'm the only one that has this one-off shit's stupid. Like, it completely is. Like, it's not smart. I don't even know what the hell I was thinking by building one of these. I should have definitely bought 2. But I'm glad I didn't, because I don't think this guy is even going to have parts or anything. Like, we got a design flaw here. The fifth gear should have never been kept in there. We should have put the cuff in there. He never mentioned it. He wanted to put the fifth gear in there, and I was cool with it because I wanted to do drag and drive. We should have put a cuff. The cuff would have stopped this. This would have never happened. We'd have never had an issue with this transmission if we'd had a cuff in there. So now, we got to tear it apart and see. Could be all speculation, but we got to tear it apart and see. The motor, we got to tear it apart and tear the head off of it. See if we got a what's going on with it. We got to see something. Maybe we'll keep it in here, the motor. Put a stock trans over on it. Put a custom clutch back in it. The M120B something XX, whatever the hell it is from AT&T that I run. AT&T, the hell? ACT. AT&T's a gas station from where I'm from. But an ACT clutch, put that in there, right? And then swap these cams out or do the valve lash, whatever. Honestly, I think these cams are a fucking issue. I just want to get rid of them. Put OEM cams in it, set the lash, and see if it still does it. If it still does it, then we know it's probably the head. And then I'm not even going to mess with it at that point. At that point, I'll just pull it, put a stock motor in it. Be done with it. I know it's all over the place here, but that's my next thing I'm talking about. Is this build shit's been nothing but a fucking headache, right? All of it. The fucking engine, the transmission, the fucking clutch. All of it. The fucking fuel tech, everything. Headache. Been shit. Right? at least the fuel tank's somewhat working now. We still don't got the boost controller working. The fuel pump don't kick on by itself, which I think I figured that out by now, but honestly, probably just keep it on a fucking manual switch now, just so I have the extra outlets to do other stuff. But this fuel tank's been a fucking mess too. A lot of money in it. It only ran 11. It only ran 11.5. You know what I mean? Really, really embarrassing. Which we had issues doing it, right? Mile an hour was like 125. So I don't know. We probably got 30 grand in this setup right here. Just this, axles, transmission, all that. We didn't put the axles in yet. That's another thing we learned. We have to have DSS axles. Why? We should have left the track right away. DSX axles should have went in, and then we should have went back to the track. We'd have probably still done the same thing, because fifth gear is a fucking flaw. We should have put that. We got to put that cuff in there. That's hands down. That's what's got to be done, and that'll solve that. Especially if we have gears that are still good. I hope we do. If we do, we got to solve that next. That's what we got to do. I pray we do, but man, I'm telling you, I probably ran it at least. I know I ran at least 2 passes like that before I started hearing it. So if I started hearing it, it's probably when it finally made its way to the final drive. So you know, the final drive's probably busted. Final drive shit. I can just imagine it's a disaster. But it's still in gear. Everything went in good. But like I said, we got a whole issue with everything. So I don't know what we're gonna do, honestly. There's a lot of shit I just said that we could do, but I think this is really, even as I make this video, I think this is the fucking conclusion right at the end. Right? No, I'm not gonna sell this junk and get rid of it. Never even thought about that. I have thought about just saying fuck this shit and go out and buying a ZX6R for a road course bike and go road course racing and tear up the fucking streets on it. Buy a ZX10R and go out here and do highway pulls in it. That's what I really, really been thinking about. But a lot of you watch this for this channel, for this car in particular. Now, to make this fun again, why I assess all this disaster under the hood here, right? Why I think about this, to make this fun again, to make content, to make maybe people enjoy the car again, maybe even want to watch the channel more, is we pull all this shit out. We put the built motor on the engine stand in my spare room. Thank God for not having kids, because you can take your spare room and put your car parts in it, even when you're married. So we're going to put this in the spare room, put it on the engine stand, get to it when we get to it. It's ran hot. This motor, this motor is going to need checked. The puke coolant, in my opinion, we might need to check this motor, so we don't have a disaster. We probably got 10 grand in this damn thing. I got a lot of money in the machining in it. Way more money than I should, in my opinion. Way more money in the rods and pistons than I should, in my opinion. But that's just what happens when you drive in a Hyundai. You know what I mean? That's what happens when you're doing this one-off bullshit. You're going to pay a lot more money for it. A lot more. Unfortunately. So, to make this fun again, how about we just pull all this shit out, put this in the bedroom, pull the transmission apart. We'll make a video of it sometime in the future here, probably sooner than later, because I need to get a hold of the company to see where I'm sitting at with that bullshit. But for my mental state, I really don't even want to fuck with it right now. And for my mental state, right, I say let's just pull this fucking shit out of here, this whole disaster garbage, right? Let's just put a 1.8 in it, or a 2.0. Maybe do some fuckity shit and put a 1.6 in it, right? Put a stock beta transmission in it. We have a cast LSD in that, but we're just going to let that in the build. We've never ran a Quiffy LSD. Maybe we'll get a Quiffy LSD so we can 60 foot better with it. Because if we do, then we'll just swap that into a quiffy with the build stuff. Or maybe we'll just get a fucking CAS and put it in anyway, right? Put a CAS in a stock transmission, put a stock motor in this damn thing, put ARP head studs in it, because that head bolt shit never works for me. So we'll put that in there. We'll put the M12 OXX ACT clutch in it. That holds about 450 horsepower pretty easily, right? So we'll spin that to hell and back, right? Try to make 450-500. It'll be holding on for dear life, the clutch. Try to make 450-500. The Papa Smurf guy, I don't know his name, Papa Smurf car, they said he went 9.9. I don't know. Wasn't there. I don't even know if I ever watched the video. I just know that's what they said. I know people that know the guy. And he ran, I think they run at the same track Red Demon does, so it's probably a legitimate track as far as the time traps are concerned. So I think it was 9 something. I don't know, 9.9 stock motor. I don't know what kind of fuel they were using. I don't know how cut up that car is. I know this car weighs a hell of a lot more than that car just by looking at it. This car's pretty much intact. But we got a lot of stuff out of it now, so we might run a little bit faster. The best we've ever done with a stock motor is 10.7 at 132, which was all but 133 mile an hour. I think we could trap 140. I think you would have to trap 150 probably to run a 9.9. Probably, I don't know. I don't know how they did it, but maybe running methanol. I don't know, but we went 10.7. I believe from day one that I could have went 10.4 in this car. 10.4. So we need a cage still. We need a weight plate still. We need a lot of other shit. So let's just pull this expensive bullshit out of here, right? Put the nice cheap shit in there. $300 motor, $250 transmission, which I have 3 fucking transmissions. Just go buy me. Actually, I have a fucking 1.8 down there now. It's got a head gasket problem. All I'm going to do is take the head somewhere, get it decked, put a new head gasket on it, put it down in here. We got everything already. We already have it all. We just put it the fuck down in here. And we start making videos again on the Mistress. And we get her going again. We get her out street racing again. It don't matter if it's that fucking slow. Fuck it. If we can run a bottom 10 car, dial in the fuel tech, get a weight plate made. Right? Make a weight plate. Make a traction bar. Buy myself a fucking MIG welder. Right? Instead of putting any more money in this shit, buy all that stuff and see if we cannot get this car to run a 10.4, which I believe it can. An accident went 9.9s. I'm a hell of a driver. I can tell you that fucking much now. That's why I can't believe I went 2.5 this son of a bitch twice. I don't know. I can't explain to you how I did that. I'll never be able to explain it to you. I've been driving for 28 fucking years, guys. Racing cars, driving, 28 years. Never fucking done it. But yeah, what do you think? Put in the comments. Put the stock shit back in it. Let's put a weight plate in it. Traction bars, cage in it, bio welder. Let's start making Mistress videos again. And let's try to go bottom 10s, maybe 9 on the stock fucking motor. How about this? Let's make fucking Hyundai Tiburons fun again. Fuck this junk ass fucking built shit.